Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm here at Tetuan Parish. This is the garden of Padre Pio. So I just came from Madrasa compound. For safety reason, I actually did not take any footage because, well, for security reasons, I just do not want to really flaunt or show to the whole world uh, what I have what I have already invested or accomplished. For me, it's an accomplishment. Now, why is that lot in Madrasa compound an accomplishment or an investment? So, the lot is relatively small, but whenever I think of Tetuan, I think of all the trials I have undergone to to actually claim that lot, no? Because it is something that is quite rooted to my family. So basically, let me just give you a historical context. So I am not really a materialistic type of person. So but then, at times, uh, I also think of the most appropriate investment. No? If you look at me, I'm a doctor. No? I'm a doctor, yet I do not own any car. I don't own a car. I don't own gadgets. I don't own techie gadgets. I don't wear branded clothes. But I used to uh, during the first year of my work as a teacher. But after that, I realized, after 1 year of being a teacher in a public school, I realized that I just earned very minimal. And so I realized that perhaps it's wise for me to put my savings in a more appropriate investment. No? And so opportunities came when I was trusted by my relatives, no, to subdivide properties, and that was the time where I would I would accept that as uh, as as an opportunity to help my relatives, at the same time, make use of my funds, my savings in a more worthwhile activity rather than just spending it for travel or what. So in my first 5 years, 5 years, 6, 7 years as a teacher in the public school, uh, my savings went to real estate. So I invest on whether it's residential or agricultural. And there came opportunities where, for example, uh, I need to subdivide, and then a relative would sell a portion of that lot, for example, and then the payment would be cash or installment basis. So I grabbed it because, you know, sometimes I loan, sometimes I find ways to actually acquire the property. So if you'd ask me, is it worth it now, after how many years of spending my savings, even if I don't have any car, I don't have any cars, or I don't have any gadgets or other material things, but I have lots. So the reason why I am investing in lots, number one, it's because of I learned already before that when you invest in lot, when you invest in lot, it usually increases rather than if you invest in car, it will decrease its value as time goes by. So uh, now this lot in Tetuan, I purchased this from my brother. He sold this to me. But then there's so many extraneous variables. There's so many trials that went along the way of acquiring this lot. So I wouldn't want to talk about it anymore. So, but then I realized that after after I think I purchased this 7 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. If you'd asked me whether it's worth it to spend my money, everything in these properties, I think so. There are times when what saved me were these lots that I invest. Whenever I have financial problem, what is helping me actually would be the lots that I invested, not the money. Actually, I don't have savings. The savings of my daughter is bigger than what I have in the bank. Actually, I don't really have monetary savings, but I have say my investment is through lot. That is where I put my. So in fact, now I went to the Madrasa compound and I saw the place. It's small, and yet I'm just making estimations. Actually, the value of the lot tripled. Uh, in fact, if this will be sold, the amount of that property in Madras compound wouldn't go down wouldn't be it would be 1 million up. It would not go down as much as 1 million. So, and why is that? It's because if you look at my spendings before, uh, you might say, okay, maybe I did some bad decisions, but part of the right decisions that I made were investing on lots. In fact, now, looking at the lot a while ago, we actually tried to clean the area and then structure it with barbed wire because there are some trespassers who are coming in or entering the premises. So we structure it with the lot with the barbed wire, and I just don't want to show the lot because for security reason. Uh, Looking at the lot and thinking of all the sacrifices that I had been uh, to acquire that lot. So it's not easy for me just to let go of the lot to sell or what. Other than it has a sentimental value, it's also part deeply rooted to who I am, right? So to who I am as a madraso. In fact, the lot is in madrasa compound. So if you'd ask me whether it's worth it, if you'd ask me whether it's worth it to wait and you know give everything what you have for to save a lot, to to put all your savings in a lot. If you'd ask me whether it's worth it, I think so. It is. To wait until the right time is would come that I would be able to use a lot. So what then is the plan? So the plan now is actually to build a house. So after cleaning the area, so this coming April, the plan is foundation. I'll start putting foundation there. Uh, in building a house, you need to elevate the, s- the lot by putting more foundation, soil. It has to be elevated. Considering that, that really is the problem of subdivision. So you really have to elevate your area so that in case there would be flood, you would be able to have your house protected from flood. So uh, I am thankful to God for all the blessings I received. I've received a lot of blessings from God, but at times along the way, for example, if you'd ask me why did I leave Zamboanga City, 4 years ago, the plan was I had a plan to build a house, but I was thinking, no, it wasn't yet the right time. The plan was to there's in fact an architect for the lot, so there was already an up and down. I asked a help uh, from an architect to design, and then the plan was to apply for a pag-ibig loan. But then with the design that we created, that the architect proposed, that's up and down, that the amount would be 2 million. That is where I got stuck, because I was thinking that I will be imprisoned I will be cornered, no? I will be cornered by this payment. No? Amortization is about 10,000, 12,000. So I was thinking that if I'll be pushing through with just focusing on material things, like for example house, I wouldn't really be able to live life. And so I was running away from materialism, running away from materialism, running away from too much worldly desire. So I was also checking my heart whether I would really want to be stuck. I would really want to be imprisoned by that loan scheme. No? So what then is the plan now? So, the plan is being wise. I wouldn't want to be incurring more debt just to have a house. That's not the plan. I would want to have more time, spend more time with my family during travel. So I need to spend time also with my wife, quality time on a travel. Travel is really essential. So maybe I will have to just prolong a bit with the plans to build a house, but I will have to start it slowly. But I wouldn't want to incur loan. I wouldn't want to build a house through loan, because who will benefit will be the contractor. I wouldn't want to pass this. I wouldn't want to hire a contractor. I would want that I will have to see the design. I will have to maybe hire a foreman, and then communicate with the foreman, and then try to good carpenters, no? And then try to dialogue with them as to what is what would work and what would not work in terms of finances. So maybe by parts, no? So there's design, and then let's do the posts, foundation, and all. And then I will have to do this slowly. So in a matter of maybe 7 years, 7 years slowly. Because, what I learned in life is the more you rush things, the more difficulties, the more problems you will encounter if you keep on rushing things. So what's the point of rushing of building house if you don't have time to live your life anymore? So my plan is, okay, slowly build the house, and then also have time, quality time, traveling with my family. So in fact, this year we're planning, hopefully, God would permit that we will travel, and of course the passports of my daughter, my wife, and my passport. The plan really is to travel, and of course, initial plan also is to start with the foundation of the house in Tetuan. So, you know, now I would want to spend more time with God, talk to God, pray to God. Not only that it's an obligation, because it's really part of my system to pray. Have more time to pray in a contemplative manner. Pray, and then ask Him whether my decisions are right. I think what I'm doing now is more of His plan rather than my plan. Before, when I decide, I immediately decide. In just a spark of a moment, I will immediately decide, even if I know that I'm not yet able to do so. So I push for certain decisions that are not really that appropriate yet, not right, no. So now I'm happy with the decisions that I'm making. So now going back to the house, to the lot in Madrasa compound. So for those of you who are viewing this, my relatives, I'm not selling the lot. I'm not selling the lot because I'm building a home in that lot, and I'm going to build a home for my family, and eventually Kyle will inherit that lot. So that's really the plan. No? But I wouldn't want to be pressured of the time frame. I can build that house slowly, 2, 3, 4 years, slowly, until we would be able to reach that part where we accomplish the house, and yet, but then we also have time to travel, we also have time to attend conferences, and also do our focus also on our respective careers, and also not deprive Kyle's education. So now, is it worth it to put all my savings in the lot or real estate? Yes, it is. Just like now, I don't have any I don't have any debts, no loan. I'm clear. No GSIS loan, no nothing. No, I don't have any liabilities. So all I have now is uh, my career, and of course my family, and I have my properties. There's agricultural properties and residential. So I don't have cars. I don't have gadgets, high-tech gadgets. But then I have the most appropriate, humble, few properties that I invested in the past. So thank you very much for tuning into this blog. I hope you're inspired by this blog. For those of you who are having problems, no, in life, decision making, health, I pray for you. Whenever I come here at Tetuan, whenever I pray, uh, invoke the intercession of Padre Pio, I also pray for my friends in Facebook. Those of you who are sick now, those of you who are not, those of you who are worried about what would happen to you, those of you who are abroad or lonely, I am praying for you that you will have peace of mind with whatever it is that you are confronting currently. And I just pray that you will have peace of mind. I pray that you will be blessed. And if you are sick right now, I pray that in the name of Jesus you will be healed. So if you're viewing this, you have to have faith. Whenever you pray, you have faith in God. You really have to have faith that you will be healed. Never doubt our God. Never doubt that He can do miracles. So of course, we have medicine, we have science. But then for me, I am really very expressive, vocal, that I was healed in the past by, by Jesus. I trust in the power, the grace of God through Jesus. And of course, with the intercession of the saints, no? Padre Pio, intercession of our Mother, Mary. Whenever there are gaps, no, when it comes to motherhood, I just approach Our Lady to guide me always. So even if I don't have mother, my mother is Our Lady. So that's why I'm always guided. So with whatever it is that I experienced in the past, I can confidently say that I was able to surpass all these trials with God's mercy and compassion through the intercession prayers of saints and Our Lady. So may you be blessed and may you also be healed. Okay, so bye. See you later.